Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and in today's video let's talk about the cruise portion of flight in the Airbus A310 from iniBuilds. We've just leveled off at our cruise level of 360, and from here on we will now monitor our flight progress and carry out some periodic checks. Now, it is recommended to set the navigation display to a suitable setting, so for example over here 120 nautical miles might be good, while if you put it to 360 there is quite a lot of information on there, so let's not overdo things. We'll set it to 120 for now, and that is going to cover. Once you reach your cruising level, be sure that profile mode is actually active. You can see it on the FMAs by profile speed and profile altitude being indicated. Now, following the profile mode like this, we're going to follow the FMC predicted optimum flight path. Make sure that the thrust rating panel has automatically gone into cruise mode, so we can see that up here. And if it hasn't automatically gone into cruise mode, then you might want to change it manually. But normally, as long as it is in auto, it should do this by itself. We periodically have to review all the ECAM memo and status pages, so let's go ahead and have a quick look there. We'll start on the engine page, make sure that everything is indicating green and that we have sufficient oil quantity available. Go to the hydraulic page. Again, we're seeing around about 3000 psi on pressure, and each system is supplied appropriately with no transfer taking place between any of the systems. On the AC page, we note the generators are feeding their respective buses and everything is indicating in green. On the DC panel, once again, the TRs are functioning, indicating green, and feeding the buses respectively. Fleet page. Once again, we check that the left side provides the left side, the right side provides the right side. Air conditioning. The temperatures are within an acceptable range. Normally in aircraft you are looking for a little bit more than 21 degrees, so 23 up here is a perfectly fine indication. On the pressurization panel, we can see that the outflow valves are now slightly opened. We have a differential pressure of 8 psi, vertical speed of the cabin is 0, and the cabin altitude is indicating 7,000 feet, which is a comfortable altitude for us to cruise at. Going on to the fuel panel, the outer tanks are currently feeding. Overall, in here we want to make sure that we do have a logical sequence of fuel usage, and for example we want to make sure that we know that something would be wrong if we had fuel in the center tanks, but the wing tanks, outer and inner, would be empty. So for example, if these were showing 0 but there was fuel in here, then we would know that things are going wrong. But that is not the case at the moment. APU, it's fully shut down, not a lot to see there. Flight controls, we're seeing good indications, the spoilers are all retracted, everything is showing green, as it should. On the door page, well, everything is closed and the slides are armed. And on the wheel page, once again, normal indications up here. That concludes our periodic system review that we should do. Of course, also have a look at the left side. We currently see a memo Econ Flow selected, which is because we have selected the PAX to Econ Flow up here as part of the pre-flight procedure. Last but not least, we want to monitor our flight's progress. So we are just about to overfly Leicester in 10 nautical miles. So we can now compare our operational flight plan that I'm bringing back up on the screen right now. Let's have a look into the waypoint Leicester, that is over here. We should have taken 24 minutes to fly there. We should have 5.3 tons of fuel on board with 3.2 tons of fuel used. So if we have a look at the actual timing now, we are 25 minutes in the air, so we've taken a little bit longer until Leicester, especially since we still have 6 miles to fly. So we've taken a bit longer. We should have 5.3 tons of fuel. Now if we look down here, we currently have 5.2, so we've used up a little bit more fuel, which makes sense seeing that it took a little bit longer to fly here. And we should have used 3.2 tons of fuel, as we can see back here. And our actual fuel used down here is currently 3.4. Now we've used a bit more, but we have a bit less in the tank. So if we add that up, we have 3.4, actually 3.5 tons used. Add that up here, makes 8.7, and that is actually what we've uplifted in Munich, so we can preclude any fuel leak. That basically concludes all the procedures for our cruise. Now, we want to review these the latest every 30 minutes, which can be extended up to an hour, but nonetheless, you normally want to use normal intervals of 30 minutes for reviewing all your systems and your flight progress in cruise. Apart from that, if you're flying the aircraft in remote areas, be sure to take note of available alternate airports, be sure to take note of the weather over there. Keep in mind, you can request that through the FMC, so that is something that you could also do in order to monitor flight progress. For now, once we are approaching 80 nautical miles to the top of descent, like we are right now, that is the moment where we are going to start our approach preparation, and that is going to be part of a separate video. For now, thank you very much for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really want to support the channel, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. For now, thank you very much for watching, and see you all again very soon.